Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll see how to do some basic basic questions on Python. So I am using Jupyter Notebook. You can use any compiler you want. Okay, you can use anything. Like I am using Jupyter. You can use some IDLEs or PyCharm, anything. Okay. Later in later videos, I will upload how to install Jupyter. If you like this Jupyter, so I will upload the video of Jupyter. Comment it in below. So let's start it. So let's see, the basic thing in any programming language is the print statement, right? So let's see how to do it. So if you are familiar with any other language, this here, so it will be little different because Python is an object oriented language where C is not. So we'll have, since it is a Python or object oriented language, we'll have all of the objects, like all these modules and classes and everything will be there. So in the basic level we won't see all of this. In the further session, in the further videos we will see, maybe those topics are very actually at the end. Okay, so let's go into it. So now let us try to print some text. Okay, so as same print, so we can see in C it is like printf, right? Like, but in the Python it is print on and brackets. So in this Python, the advantage is that there is no need of importing main, like we don't need to write any main function and all. We can directly go with the syntax, but only the main thing here is we need to see the indentation. Okay, that indentation part we can observe when we comes to conditional or looping. There we can observe the why the indentation is important. So here, yeah, to print we will use print method. So print, here we can pass a string. So to declare as a string we can use single quote or double quote. We can in Python it will accept both double quotes and single quotes. So you can use anything. So print for hello world. So basically we don't need to give any semicolon or something like that. You can directly write like this, so without any terminating we can do. So let's run this. So we got hello world. So let's see what will happens if we give any terminating condition. So colon. So yeah, same thing. Even if you give or not, it will print, but in generally we won't use colon. Without using colon only we'll do this. Okay, and let's try what something else here. For example, if I do so like this, and same thing I will use single quotes instead of double quotes. So yeah, single quotes print. So basically if you are using Jupyter is installed in your laptop, so basically when you are trying to there are few steps while executing and all. So how I am executing is, like when I am in this cell, right, I am writing this block. So when you want to execute this, shift enter. Okay, this shift enter. And if you want a new cell, you can go with the plus sign here. So below it will be generated. If you want to move this block up like this, so this is how we will do. Okay, now coming to the other thing, let's print. For example, if you directly give a value, for example 3, let's see what it will print. So it is printing this. So if I give some statement, something, or like do this on hello world and hello world, let's see what it will show. So it will show syntax error, since basically if you don't give this in a double quote or like a single quote, this will be taken as a variable. Okay, so that means this variable should be declared, but we didn't declare what is this. Okay, for example, if you you don't, without gap, if you try to print, so it will show not defined, because this is an undefined variable. It is hello world is like an like a variable it is taking. Okay, if I put the same thing in the single quotes or a double quotes, now you can see we can print this. Okay, so this is how. And now coming to like giving a passing a value or declaring a variables. So for declaring a variable, basically you don't need to give any data type to it, like int, float and all, no need to mention. A Python has the ability to detect automatically. For example, let's take x is equals to 3. Okay, so here also I told you no need of giving any terminating parameter to any like syntax. Okay, there will be a colon there, so colon will be present for conditional and looping statement. Like let us see where it will be. So basically there will be little difference in the syntax. Y is equals to some 3.4 or z is equals to some, let's take give as 20. Okay, so I have initialized here. So if you want, you can, in Jupyter it is like a it will be a very flexible thing, like it will be easier to understand. For example, let us go with the same way where I have inserted image and have written a code here, and inserted an image and wrote a code here. So it will be very handy when you use this Jupyter notebook. That's it. And so let us try to see all these questions. Okay, so basically I will show you all this here. So let us try to type so print. So we can directly give, like in the print statement itself, we can if you want, you can directly write like type of suppose x you need. So if I try to print, it is showing int, so it is an integer. So in the same way I will try to print in the single state. If you want, you can write multiple lines, you can write in the single line also, like y and type of z. So see, you can see you can get type of x is int, type of y is float, type of z is string. Okay, so it can take multiple arguments. Print can take multiple arguments. And if you want make it more precisely, like for example here I will take so type of x for example, and let us comma here. So and again we can write so type of y. Okay, so basically this is just string, that's it. So let's see how it will be when you try to print this. Okay, copy and paste. Yeah, so basically it will print type of x and with what is the type of y and what is type of y, like that. So let's try to print this. So you can see type of x is int, type of y is here, but you can see it is coming in the straight line, right? If you don't want it, same way. So where /n I think \n, right? 1 minute. Yeah, \n and \n. So now we will see how it is gonna print. So it's gonna print in in the next new line. So new line, two different new line characters, same as so \n we have given. Okay, if you want to print in the other way, like if we can use multiple print statements to print one by one, or in a single line only we can print. Okay, so with these concepts, let's see how to solve the given question. Okay, basically I have done in another model here. So while show, you can see this somewhat differently this. Okay, so curly brackets and all, I will tell you why I have used this. Now let's do this in the basic way how we are done. So the question is, a retail store management wants to automate this process of generating the bill amount for its customers. As an initial step, they want to initialize the bill details of a customer as given below. So bill id, so this is how the customer will give the input, and we need to print that all the bill in this format. Okay, so the bill id is like 1001 and customer id is like 101 and bill amount is 19.99. okay, so here they have asked to so automatic process generated. So basically here we want to give the inputs. Okay, by the customer the customer will input the data. So for inputting the data, we'll see how to input the data here. For example, if I want to input some like basically it's similar to scanf in C. Okay, so for that input in brackets, what do you want to print? Like for example, we will write, for example, enter a number. How we will do? Scanf in brackets we'll write enter a number, like that. Same thing here also, input, suppose enter a number. Okay, enter a number. Let's see what it will do. Execute. So it is asking to enter a number 3. So basically we have entered a number 3. We can observe that it is coming in a single quote. That means it is taken as string. That means by default in Python the input statement will take the input as a string. So let us see that the same thing is taken or not. So type of, in type we are taking like this. So enter a number 4, we can see it is string. Even we are entering a number, it is taken as string. But while initializing a variable, there it will automatically assign whether it is an int, float, or string. Okay. Okay. Now, how to initialize this to a variable? Let's see. Okay. Let's see how to initialize this. For example, let us take an x as an input. So the input given data will be stored in x. Now I will try to print this. So print x. So for example, let us take 29. So it is printing 29. Now if you want to make this as an wait, let's type how it is taking. Suppose 4 if I enter string 1. Yeah. So if I try to if I want this x to be like it is a string, right? If you want, but we are entering a number, but if you want to make the string as an integer, what we will do? We will do typecasting same way. So how to do? Int of in int we'll make this. So basically we are making this enter input inside an int. Okay, we are sending this into an int module where this will be changed to integer. So how to define it? Int in brackets we'll write what is the data we want to change. So now if you try to print the type of x, sorry, so 5 showing syntax, oh sorry. So if I enter 4, it is showing int. Okay, same way float and string also. If I want to make this as a float, so if I make 5, the type is float, and if you want to print only the x, for example, I'll print both. For now I am writing like this. So for example 4, so I have used float, right? That's why it is showing 4.0. okay, by default it is showing the one decimal point. Okay, the same way if I show int, it will have 4 and it is a class of int, like that. If you want, basically it is by default is taking string, but for example if in the middle of the code, if you want to change that float into a string or a integer into string, just str. Okay, str4, so as a string it is showing, right? Okay, this is how we will take the inputs and print the outputs. So source time. Okay, now coming to this question. In this question we will see how to write a program, Python program for given problem description. So here let us try to code this. So plus here So I'll basically go with the normal method. Okay, so first we need to take this input set 101, this data, three data we need to take. So let us initialize our, so I am using the same name as this as a variable. So this is as input brackets, what we will need to write message, right? Some message we need to print what so that the user can know. So basically I will take the bill ID. Okay, now so sorry, okay. Enter. Next I will take a customer ID. So customer ID is equals to input of so customer ID, I will take this only. So copy paste, and now I need to take copy paste, bill amount. Okay, so let's see what it is showing for now. So it is taking inputs. Okay, first is bill ID, so let us take 1001, enter, and it is going to the next line, that is customer ID, that is 101, and going to this, it is a bill amount, so 199.99. okay, so it is taking these three. It's fine, basically it is not printing. Okay, these are the values that we entered. Okay, there will be different, they will be looking different. I will show you the difference here. Let's see. So okay, now we need to print them right in this. So how to do? Print brackets bill ID, copy paste, copy paste, and customer ID, copy paste, copy paste. So if you try to print them, okay, let us take these values 101, 101, and 199.99. so you can see only the values, right? But what you need, we need a message like this: bill ID is to 1001, customer ID 101, bill amounts rupees this one. So we need to print in this format. So how to do? We'll just type a message. How do you need to print this? So you can use bill ID, bill underscore ID, is to is there, so is to, same way, copy paste, and we have forgotten a comma here, so comma, here also comma, and here also copy paste bill amount, customer ID, and bill ID. So here we need to print like is to rs dot. Okay, so rs dot. So this is how we need to print. Now see how it is printing. So you can see it is printing correctly. But we can see it is not printing exact, because you can see there is no gap, right? But by default there will be a gap in Python. To remove that, there is a method how to do that. Okay, so basically that is that f print, basically call it as f print. So how to do that is we use f like, see, I will do this for to this one. So basically I have written the single line command. We can use a multiple also. I'll show you one thing and you can do. Okay, so I copy this and I'll add here print f print and all for brackets. Okay, I think wait, somewhere in this bracket I didn't end it. Yeah, bill amount, sorry, I have to end this here. So how to write this is f print is first inside a print you will write like so print f, okay, f in quotes what you need to print. Okay, inside this is the f print basic general syntax. Okay, so this is the basic syntax. In this double single quotes or double quotes you can use anything. In that, inside that we need to write the message we need to print. So basically we need to print in the way like bill id is to the input that we need, right? I'll just copy that here and paste it here. So here we can see a curly brackets. Basically this is a dictionary. You will get to know in the later sessions how we'll define a dictionary, what is the key, what is the value and all. So for now don't worry about this f10 also. So to remove that space, basically fprint will print exactly how it was inside. Okay, so I have given a name that bill id, right? So it will print that bill id here. Okay, up to here is fine. So what do we need to print of for this? So here we are taking input, enter the bill id. So it will ask the bill id. So see, you can see there is no gap here. You understand, right? So this is how you can declare. So for example, if instead of this, if I try to give like some 2, so see, I understood. So whatever it's there inside, it will print like that. Okay, so let's see if I remove this brackets also, it will, I think it will work. No, so if you don't give the brackets, see, it is directly printing everything what is inside. So basically we need to separate this, right? So the compiler should understand that we are trying to give this as an input, so that's why we'll keep brackets here. So now if you print, it will ask an input. Okay, so this is how I wrote. So the single line command is the same thing. So till this is one line, and after this again I have used another f thing, and in the new line I have written, and again f in a new line slash enter. That's it. That's it. In a single line I wrote. So now it's coming to the write a statement. Write a statement for a following. Read the integer and add 10 to it. So how to read, I told you, right? So to read an integer, we'll use if you want you can do the same way that I have done here. So like take here and print take input. Okay, so x is equals to input of whatever message we need to print, like to enter the customer. So when I ask, it will show the enter a name. So that's what. So here we are giving what are the type of data that it's expecting? Integer, another is float, other is string. So by default when you try to give this input, how it will be, it will show, it will take it as a string. So we need to typecast it. That's why we are typecasted it. Okay, so I have given up to here, that is input we are taking, that is converted to int. So now it is a number. So when you enter, 100 will be given, and thus what will happen, 100 plus 10. So here this 10 is, these are like directly it will recognize. Okay, so 10 is an integer, 2.245 is a float, like that. So we are directly adding this inside a print statement. This is like same. So to hash print 100 plus 10. Okay, oh shit, 100 plus 10, you got it, right? So this is how it will be adding, and we'll get a result of 110. Okay, the same way here if I try to add 100 to it, right? So sorry, we need to read an integer, we are reading an integer and add 100 to it. So that's why 100, I think I wrote inside it, sorry, Control X. So basically to comment we use hash for in Python. Okay, and if you want to go for multi-line comment, we'll use 3 single quotes. So it will be like multiple multi-line comment. 1 minute. See, so all this thing is commented. Now basically we use this. Yeah, this also. Yeah, now we'll see how to add float. Okay, take an input, so we'll like directly take an input and the message will be showing as enter float. So we're typecasting into float, then we are adding. So if you don't typecast, what happens, it is taking this as a string, okay, and this is an integer, so you will get an error. So if you are if you directly don't do typecast here, so this is what we are. So up to here it is fine, right? So we are taking a float, we are taking integer. Now about string, so basically we need to concatenate. How to concatenate? By default, adder this plus sign will act as both like an addition operator or also a concatenation operator, also plus sign only. So how it can be identified, it is like you can see it in the further classes, where in the OOPS concept we'll see how it is added, how this same plus is acting as both addition arithmetic operator and then a concatenation operator. So when you pass an input to two strings, and between the two strings if you use plus, they will automatically concatenate. Okay, so if I will run this, so integer it is asking, so I will enter 3. So adding 100 to 3 is 103. Now float some 3.4 and so so we are adding 22.45, right? So 3.4 plus 22.45. Yeah, it's been added, and 25.849998. and string 1. So here you need to give two strings, that's why string 1, let us say x. You can give input like a number also, it will take it as an and take y, so xy. Okay, it will take that as also string, because I didn't take any typecasting this. Now coming to this, it is we need to see the outputs of it, how it will be printed. And also I am using the Python 3.8 version. So if you are using lower versions, please use 3.8, because a few syntax might be different for that. Okay, for 2.8 and 3. Use 3.8 if you want to follow along with me. So in int 8, so I have given what is the int 8 is asking, so I have given int 8 is 10. So same code here I wrote. So raw input, enter a number. So here type of int a, so that's why type of int a, type of what is it, and type of raw input. So here it is, okay, basically it is an integer. I told you already this. If you directly assign, it will automatically detect whether it is an integer, float or a string. And to give input string as an input, you know, right, in single quotes we need to give. Okay, and type of raw input, okay, didn't doing any typecasting, that's why it will print a string. And if I try to print this, try to do a plus operator between this int a and raw input. So basically this is an integer and this is a string, so they both won't be concatenated or added. Okay, so if I try to run it, it's asking a number 5. So you can see the enter number is 5. So that's what the type of int a is integer and the type is string, and we got an error message saying that int and string cannot be use this plus operator. Like we can't use in plus in between integer and string, that's what. So now try to see the outputs of print value of e if what is the values if you print like this. So now the print statement is print value of e if percentage 0.1 f, okay, comma 2.713. So let's do it. So wait. So here we can see we are just this is taking it is doing nothing, it's directly printing up to here, that is value of e if e is a percentage 0.1 f, and with along with this a number. Okay, this is printing, that is doing nothing about it. But basically in you see also, you will see, right, percentage 0 f, percentage 1 f, like that. So up to how many decimals we need to truncate it, so the same way. But to tell this compiler that we need to use this as a or like this is a special operation, what we need to do is value of e is something we wrote, right? So this percentage, after percentage we wrote some message, some instruction. So without comma we'll write percentage 2.713, then it will understand that after percentage what it is there, it will take, it will see. so this will identify as a special operation and it will do the operation. So it will check for this percentage where it is there. So here it is there. So what you need to do, 0.1f, so it is only truncating it to one decimal point, so 2.7. Now programming Python versions of the same way, percentage d wrote, so percentage d here, percentage 3.5, where there we will write like ampersand, right, ampersand x, ampersand y. Same way here we need to do with only percentage without any comma, just percentage d, and what this percentage what should be done, okay, should be written here, okay, percentage. So here it is also percentage, so 3.5, it will replace this d with 3.5. okay, programming version 3, sorry, here it is taking d means decimal, integer type, so integer data type, so 3.5 is float, so it will convert this float into integer, so only the value before the point only will come, integer part will only come. Now coming to this, here print percentage 20s and percentage d and percentage of entire thing. Okay, so here we can see there is two things. One is percentage 20s and other is percentage d. Okay, so now in this percentage we are passing entire thing. So here so this number percentage d, after comma we wrote now, so this will be converted to normal integer, so that's why only this part we got 3000. Now coming to this 20s, how it is doing, so let's count here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So I think it won't do anything. 1 minute. Yeah, so basically it is not, it won't do anything. Basically it is actually replacing this entire string. Okay, so basically we are passing two values, one is a string and other is an integer, and these two arguments will be replaced over here. So one is percentage 20s, right, will be replaced by this Python entire string, and each2 is there, so each2 is, we got an each2 symbol here, and percentage d, so that percentage d is replaced with here. So that's how also we can use the print statement. So let us take what will happen if I do only 0. So nothing. So basically it will just replace. So percentage is basically we can write like this also. Percentage is percentage d. The first place will be replaced by the string and the second place is replaced by this integer. That's it. So print this one they are asking. So basically this is this one method called dot format, where we can see format x comma x square comma like x into x comma x cube, right? So how it is used, right? First x is there, so this entire thing will be gone into this x. Okay, now again this is x is x, so basically this is a format we are writing, that's it. So this is x, right? X is equals to 2 we are taking, that's why here. So for example if I take as 20 or 5 for example, let's see what is the outputs. So this is how or let's say 25, let's take. Okay, so how it is doing, basically it will take this input, pass over here x, and it will print. Okay, and basically it is replacing over here, and the second integer is this, that is here, and the final, that is x cube, will be replaced over here, and the entire string will be printed here. Okay, so this is how it will happen. And now coming to here, I think we'll see. So now problem description is, they are asking an inputs, that is number of hours worked in a week, pay rate per hour, and number of weeks in a month. So basically we need to calculate what is the monthly pay of a person. So these are the parameters that are given. Okay, they have given that. So the same way it is the similar question as the first question, how we are printed this, but here we are doing some arithmetic operation between those variables. So basically again I have wrote this entire thing in a single line. It's your wish, you can write separately also. So how you will write, the same way I'll copy this. For example, let's take this example only. here and I will place, so I'll add one block, and here I will place this, and I will try to do an operation between these three values. Okay, so basically these three values, if we don't want to do a multiplication or what we need to do, we'll make it this as an integer, right? So we need to change them into integer data type. First, int of you can explore this many, what if you give wrongly, how it will show all the types of errors you can see. Okay, so after doing all typecasting everything into integer, now let's try to print some value, that is like we need to print monthly pay. So print, in brackets I'll write monthly pay. So basically it's not a monthly pay, but generally I'm writing to understand. So basically you change the variables accordingly. You can use anything like xy also in it, but for our identification purpose I will use the same names, that's it. So comma, here I will true, so monthly pay, here I will see so, or okay, for our easiness I will do like xyz. Z. Okay, so x into y into z. Either you can give this also in other variable and you can print, otherwise you can directly print here also. So it is asking, suppose I'll take 1 2 3, so 6, 1 into 2 into 3, that is 6. You understand? So the same, so I have used only 4 lines and all, right? So but I wrote everything in a single line. So how to write a single line? Same thing. First you'll write the message what you need to ask, that is monthly pay, right? So print monthly pay, comma. So basically after the comma the result will be after the comma, that is the result. Okay, so this is the result, the enter result is like this. So basically this x, what you meant, x is the int of this, right? So basically that's the directly I wrote this everything. This is x into y into z. Understood? The same. So let us see different operation, one of the operator like division operation, how it will do floating division and integer division and all. So let us take a number that is 16 and we'll directly use a single slash for like division, right? So by 6, so you can see what are the outputs we will get. So in C we know that if it is an integer by integer, we will get an integer as output, but in Python by default if you use only single slash slash, it will show a float value. Okay, so if you want only the integer type, integer value, that you have to use double slash 6. And if I am dividing it using an integer, if I use double slash and I am dividing with a float, what it will do is first it will divide normally like 6, right? It will 2 only it will show. Basically it will do integer only, but it is showing as .0, right? So that's why again it is converted to float. First it will, so in this line it will do, first it will do the integer division and then it will convert it into float. Yeah, now print the output the same way. This is like if and else, so we can see in the next video how to do this. So maybe this is a lengthy video, I know, but yeah, so this is the basic how to start with Python, and we have solved some few problems. So in the next tutorial we'll see about conditional operators. Okay, thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. If you want any doubts, you can give in the comment section.